What is going on, guys and gals? It's me, your old buddy Mr. Moose, and today we are back playing some more Farming Simulator 2017. We are back on Upper Mississippi River Valley in single player, and I've got the Seasons mod installed here. Still day 3 of our spring, and I'm just moving a little bit of equipment from one field to another. As you guys know, we slurried and plowed field 37 in yesterday's video. And today we're going to slurry 40 while I cultivate both sections of 37. Now, I've already recorded all my routes. Y'all don't need to see all that stuff. But I wanted to show you one of the things that I did when I recorded my route and show you why I did that. If you look at the shape of field number 40, which we're in, which is right down here next to field number 37, it's sort of a dog leg to the left, right? And it's got a tree line that runs right here. Now, if I were to record, I've got this field side container over here because it had the most room right in that area. If I record my my route just kind of coming somewhere over here and going over and into the container and then back out over here and just do a small little loop on it, I run the risk of, if the tractor gets back up in here and needs a refill, it could try to take a straight path right across here back over to refill and run into these trees, or more so, when it comes past the field side container and gets right over here and has to go out, it could run into the trees trying to get back up to the top side of the field. So when I recorded my refill course, I recorded it from way over here in the center of the field. That way I have line of sight to all parts of the field. And that's important when you record your refill courses, that you keep in mind your tractor needs to be able to see that start point with a clear line of sight. Otherwise, it could run into an obstruction. So I started my course way over here, and then the stopping of the course, it just turns and it's going to run right down the skirt over to the slurry container, and then it's going to run back up the skirt and end up way over here at this little corner here where the grass is. It comes back to right here and stops, and that way I've got a line of sight from the stopping point of the refill point to all corners of the field, and I shouldn't have any problem with the tractor hitting any obstructions. So if I go through my courses here, you'll see that I've got field number 40, I've got the placement, the slurry refill, and the slurry spreading. So we're going to do it the same as we did yesterday. We'll load the course for the slurry spray. I'll load in the course for the refill, which begins right up here. Where is that start point at? Here it is. This is where the start point is right here for the refill course. And that course runs all the way around the field back over to that corner. So I shouldn't have any problems with the obstructions, but I just thought I would share that for odd shaped fields, for folks who have a problem with it maybe running into the trees. Just make sure you've always got a line of sight back to that refill line from every area of the court or of the field. Otherwise, you're going to run that risk of having some obstructions in the way. So anyways, my start point's over here on this side of the field. And we'll just go ahead and pull over here and get it started. Make sure all my settings are right. I'm going to turn this down again to 9 meters because that worked out really good for turning radius. And I really don't need anything else turned on, so we'll just go ahead and say drive from the first waypoint, and that will get going. And I can jump out of here and go get to doing some other stuff, which we're going to take the plow back to the farm, drop it off, and grab the cultivator and do some cultivating today. All right. Anyways, how you doing, folks? Hope you're doing well. Welcome back to the farm. Got a truck coming, so I need to get out of the way of it. He just blows your doors off. So we'll head back. We're going to grab the plow, the cultivator, and come back and knock all this field down to get a nice smooth seed bed, in hopes that on day 4 we get a ground temperature of 50 degrees and are able to start seeding some soybean and some corn. That's our hope anyways. As I said yesterday, I've not used this geo before, so I don't know exactly when everything kicks in on it. Oh man, that plow was just bouncing around back there. The Peterbilt has reached its overloading point. Good for that. Day 4, we'll start to get some grass in this field to our right. That has been all seeded in grass, so as soon as we hit midnight, that'll pop in and we'll have that growth start coming in for us. As well as all of these fields will pop in as well, with the exception of 24. And that'll be nice. Start seeing some life come up. Once I get all the planting done, I'm going to buy the rest of the pieces of equipment I need for the farm, and then I'm going to get rid of all that money. Crank myself back down to something like 20,000 bucks. I don't have too much more need to buy. I do need, before we plant, to buy DB60. I am going to use it for planting corn and soybean. So I do need to purchase that. See if we can get this guy backed in here. Track hour is cool and everything, but sometimes it's a strain on the neck for me to try to see everything I need to see. I may need to turn my speed up just a little bit on it so I can get a little bit more motion in it. Alright, so we'll drop that. Oops. Nobody wants to see the top of the Quonset. Or the hoop barn. Alright, let's get out of here, roll back over to the field, and we will get situated. Those with a keen eye will notice I've changed tractors, so I might as well go ahead and mention it to you. As I mentioned before, I'm going to use the DB60 to do my planting. And in the spirit of keeping things realistic, I am going to put saddle tanks on the tractor for the DB60, so that way that I've got some fertilizer to be able to put down with the crop, which I couldn't do that. I mean, again, real life, you don't have those fertilizer boxes on there. So I want to have a way to do that, and that would be with some saddle tanks. So that's the reason I changed tractors out. This is a modified version of TechMod's R8R. It's the 8R USA, and it will work with the KMN helicopter tanks, which is what I'm going to be using. So just to give it that sense of realism. So if you're wondering why I changed out tractors, that's the reason why. Let's get rid of Courseplay. We don't need it. What we do need is GPS, which I haven't updated. I know I said yesterday I was going to update it. I just, it came time to do a live stream and I didn't get it done. Come on, give me 12 meters. Alright, give me 11.9. That'll work. And rotate that 90 degrees. Actually, rotate it a lot more than that. No offset. Yeah, that looks pretty good right there. Let's tap it over just a couple more. That's about right. That'll work. That dog will hunt. So let's get over here and get into this right. All right, we're off to the races. Well, we'll get us going. So we got this section of 37 to cultivate and the following section to cultivate as well. Get rid of all these furrows. And we will be ready to plant. So equipment wise, the rest of the stuff I'm going to buy, I need the helicopter tanks for this tractor. I need the DB60. Then after that, I still need to get a silo king to be able to load grain into the silos. So that's a piece of equipment that needs to be bought. 1, 2, 3. Yep, I'm going up 3. That's good. I've got a grain cart, so I don't really need it. What else did I need? Oh, I need a weeder. So I got to get a weeder. And probably 2 weeders. Probably grab 2 weeders, 1 for each tractor. And then that way I can, you know, cover more ground faster. I still need to get a mower, a baler. So all the stuff for mowing, basically. Forage wagon, a bale, square baler, which I'm going to use the John Deere baler that we used in the live streams previously. And I've got the let's see, I've got the skid steer that I can use to move bales at the farm we're at right now, which probably we're going to focus on sheep first, get, you know, grass for the sheep and go ahead and get some sheep, and then we'll progress into cattle. But I can use the skid steer to unload bales off of the trailer and put those into the barns, so I don't need a telehandler just yet. I will eventually get a telehandler, but... So I don't have much more equipment to get, but I do have a few pieces that I need to buy. And once I get that set up, so that I've got the basics, then I will pull everything off and reset the money so I don't have a, you know, a ton of money on here. Because I'm sure that aggravates a few people. But you can't play with custom equipment if you don't add a little bit of money in. Well, I mean, you can, but you can't get much. Like I said, I'm still not going crazy. I'm not going to buy the big 9Rs and a whole bunch of, you know, stuff like that. I am going to do forestry eventually. That is going to be done with a chainsaw and a winch, probably, for the most part. And probably that little Epsilon tractor mounted boom to begin with, until we can afford to get the big equipment. So start small and progress up, you know. But y'all know as well as I do, there's certain things you have to have in order to progress. So, and probably I could sell off that other John Deere, because I don't think I'm going to do multiplayer anymore on this particular game save. I think I'm just going to do single player on it, because we got the other server set up in the same map to do multiplayer on. So it's a little less maintenance expense I have to have as well. All right, so yeah, just stepping up the field here, working my way around, getting this thing cultivated in. So far so good with the other machinery. At some point I need to go stop the semi though, and based on where the other tractor is, I just kind of need to periodically look and see where it's at as far as spraying slurry. So we're going to keep this map up a little bit so I can keep an eye on it. Once it gets like a third of the field done, I'm probably going to stop the semi and have it not run. Now I know I could go into the semi controls and tell it only to run like 4 courses or 3 runs or whatever, but I just, you know, I'll just keep an eye on it and change it over. It's on its way back up, so I may jump over there and grab it once it gets up to the field. And let it just sit. It looks like it's still, it looks like the tractor is still running the headlands right now as far as spraying. So it doesn't need to stop right now. It's still got a lot of work to go. Once it starts going east-west on the field, then I'll start to think about stopping the slurry deliveries. There we go. We can take that down for a little bit. So what's been going on with you guys? Y'all doing all right? Everybody doing well? Appreciate everybody who's already entered into the drawing for this week. If you didn't do it yesterday, make sure you jump over to yesterday's Farm Sim video and enter into the drawing for your choice of DLC for Farm Sim 17, or even a copy of Car Mechanic 17 or Car Mechanic 18. I really don't care. We had in the live stream on, what night was it? Wednesday night, I guess it was. We had one of the guys who won actually wanted a copy of Euro Truck, and I was like, yeah, you can have that. I actually have a few copies of it stored away. I got Euro Truck, ATS. I got a bunch of those, so didn't mind doing that as well. If it's a game we normally play, I don't mind giving it away. My chance to get back to you guys, you know. So if there's something that you don't have that you wanted but you didn't buy it for yourself, you know, that's fine. Not giving away Fallout or anything that's $60, but because again, remember, I'm trying to manage my funds so that I can give enough stuff away that everybody gets a, you know, to try to spread the love so as many people get stuff as possible, you know. So most of the games and everything are around $20, you know. The DLC is like $17. Car Mechanic right now is on sale, so I can pick it up for $17. And you know, ATS is right in that area, which again, I've got a bunch of copies of ATS. Not that anybody really wants that game right now, but all right. Get back up here in the field a little bit. Probably going to be one of our last legs up right here as we start getting in the narrow side of the field. I'll probably just start doing the headland and then clean out the whatever's left right there, because it shouldn't be too much. So we'll start doing our headland pass. Well, actually I need to go clean up these rows. Can't quite do it yet. I forget I need to switch out of first person every once in a while for you guys. So I enjoy first person a lot now. I didn't enjoy it nearly as much until I got track IR, and I really enjoy it now. So it's one of those reasons why I'm constantly in it a lot. But I know a lot of you guys would rather see the scenery for the map and not the interior view. There we go. Get back in line. So tonight we're going to be playing Farm Sim over on the multiplayer server. I think Christy is going to join me, and so we'll be doing that tonight. Probably get started here around 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock, something like that. And we'll go until about 10 or 11. Probably going to be doing some potato harvesting. So if you got time and you want to come join us over on Twitch, please do. There's a link down below on how to come over and see the stream over on Twitch. It's always nice to have you guys over there. And of course, there'll be more chances to win the Farm Sim giveaways or game giveaways. As I said, I'm not really limiting it to one game giveaway. Because I realize that some of you guys have like already purchased it, or you've already, like, some of the people have already purchased Car Mechanic, but they don't have the DLC for it. You know, and like I said, I want to give everybody a chance to get a little something, something. The only thing I ask is if you win something, you know, that's it, you know, one winner per 30 days or something like that, you know, because again, the whole premise behind it is to share the love and to give to the community and to give everybody a chance to get a little something. So and to help out those who might not be able to afford, you know, every DLC or everything for the game. Because after all, you guys watching the videos helps me out because I get the advertising revenue off of it. So I just take the advertising revenue and roll it back into the channel, and that way that we can all benefit from it, right? So I think the top part of the field is pretty much situated. It's the bottom part that I'm gonna have to go back through and do one more little pass to try and get some of the little areas that were left out. I should be in pretty good shape here. Okay, this section is a little wider than I thought it was. Eh. Well, I still got my beacons on. Turn that stuff off. Don't need it on while I'm in the field. Alright, we'll get this finished knocked down and we'll move over to the lower part of the field. Get that done. We'll give a check on our slurry spraying. See how that's going. I should move the truck over there so I can see the level on the field side container, but it really doesn't matter. I need to watch the semi too and see what, I don't think I reset the numbers on it. So it's probably only dropping a half a load and then running. So I probably need to adjust that as well. Come to think about it. All right, let's go down here and run a little bit on the inside here. We should be good with this field. I can't see all the way up there with the... Well, yeah, I can see the road. So I'll be able to see when the semi comes back down. can spot it on the horizon up there too if it's coming down the field up here. It must be up around the dairy, because it's not down in this area anywhere. There we go. Alright, so let's pull that back up, pack her up, and head to the next field. I'm really looking forward to doing the forestry side of this map, though. That's the one thing I can't wait to do. But I got to get all this out of the way first. That's sort of one of the things I don't like about Seasons Mod, is you don't have the variety of things to do that you have to do when you're just playing the game vanilla, you know, or just standard. I can plant, harvest, and get my fill of it, and then I can go do forestry for a little bit. Or like the way I used to play in 15 was I would plant the fields, like before I started doing YouTube videos and I was doing a lot of other stuff. I would plant all my fields, and then when I had the rest of the day left over and I didn't have anything else to do, I would sit there and just kind of chill out and do some forestry until the let's check these levels again. Drive at 25%, so it should work actually. Let's see if it's sitting up here and waiting after it drains itself out completely, because it's not draining completely out. It shouldn't. Set it really low and see if it. Oh wow, so it is filling itself under 25%. Wow, it almost drained it completely out. Alright, well that's fine then. 25% is fine. Let's set it to run. Where's the other one working at? Oh, it's got a lot to go. Let's just leave it. Let it run the way it's doing just fine. If that thing's only doing that little bit of the field. Well, it's got a substantial amount done. Tell you what, let's run it 4 or 5 more times. Let's run 4 loads more. And see if that, well, 3 loads more. We'll do 3 more loads. And maybe that will work out for us. Thinking it's probably 4 loads though. And jump out. There we go. But yeah, that's the one thing I miss about doing, you know, regular just vanilla play with versus the Seasons mod, is just that ability to have variety in it. Where basically the last 3 videos have been the same thing for me. And You know, but that's the downfall of doing seasons, is I have to do the same stuff over and over and over to keep you guys, you know, where we're at. Now there'll be people who say, well, you know, just every once in a while do a video or do time lapse, or it's just not the way I've done stuff, and it's not the way I do things. So I pretty much take you along on the whole journey for the most part. I don't edit my mistakes out or anything like that. You know, I just do it in real time and let you guys hang out with me. So all right. I don't get what it is with this tractor. They're basically the same tractor, right? This one and the one that I had before. The tires are a little bit different, but the one thing I don't like about it is on the interior. It looks like it's raining all the time looking at the windshield, and I didn't have that on the other version. It's irritating, that little bit of noise there. All right, same thing as we did before. We go 1, 2, and we'll come down here to the third row, make our turn. There we go. And that way we can just step right out on the field. Anyways, 2 farm sim videos in a row. Cheers to you guys. Haha. Maybe we can make this thing a thing. Oh, like, man, Moose is playing farm sim again? Whoa. Yeah, I'm back into playing. I enjoy it. It's, you know, it's fun. But it takes up a, you know, it takes a lot of your time up. And when I'm playing multiple games and trying to keep multiple games up, it does take a bit of time to get farm sim stuff done. You know, like car mechanic, you do car mechanic video. Once you're done with the car, you're done with the car. You know, with farm sim, you get an hour into the video and you still probably have like an hour and a half or 2 hours of work left on the field to do. And unless you're just going to record doing the exact same field the next day, it gets old. Or unless you're just going to hire a bunch of help to do everything. I don't want to do that. But yeah, I'll probably get this field done today as far as cultivating. And then off screen, I will probably plow and cultivate 40. And that will get done. And then at that point, fast track time, because it'll probably get us to about, you know, 2, maybe 3 o'clock in the afternoon. And at that point, I'm probably going to call it quits and go to the next day. I don't really want to plant so many fields though. And I justify doing 40 because it's all within the same block. basically. So if I take everything from the north side of 24 to the south side of 37 and claim that that's all mine, well, then I can get away with that. And that's sort of what I'm going for with this. If I go any further with it, it's just kind of getting unrealistic. So which my original game plan was just to do 27, 28, 29, well, 24 through 27, 24 through 29 was my original game plan. And then I got that done, and of course we added 30 in for a grassland, and now I'm throwing 37 and 40 into it, so I gotta stop somewhere. Otherwise I've got just too much going on. But you know, that's the downfall of also doing a 6-day season, is I'm giving myself way too much time to work with. But you know, I don't like adjusting the seasons mod in the midstream, because that can affect your growth of your fields. You may have to go a whole cycle to get everything ready again. Oops. Wasn't paying attention there. Oops. Still not paying attention. Bring that camera back a little bit. There we go. Just a little spot. But yeah, if I hold it here, then that looks good, you know, 40, 37. It's basically a block there that I've got going, and haven't ventured out too far on the map. Of course, that'll all change when he does his next update on the map, because next time he updates, I think he's going to get the fields purchasable, which means you know, you can start off. It's hard though to start seasons mod, to me, again, just because of all the expenses that you generate and everything else like that. It's, to me, it's really challenging and almost unrealistic to try to get your first season under your belt in seasons with only a couple of fields, because you need the equipment and you've got the maintenance charges on it, and at the end of the season, when you go sell everything off, you haven't made enough profit to cover your expenses from the previous season, and you need to buy at some point livestock, and it takes so long to get going sometimes. So alright. So we'll work just a little bit more on this field, and then I'm going to call it a day. And as I said, I'll finish this one up and then plow and cultivate 40 most likely before we come back. And we'll come back on day 4, and hopefully it'll be time to do a little bit of planting, which I'll probably buy some more equipment before then. Might try to get all the equipment on the map and go ahead and clean out my cash reserves at that point. Yeah, looking at where that sprayer's at, that truck didn't need but about 2 more runs. I want to, like I said, I want to stop it so that it doesn't have a ton of slurry in that filled side container when we get done, so it'll be able to transport it. When it comes back this time with slurry, so it's sitting there with 42% right now. And I'm guessing that container is completely full at this point. Why did it drive on with 42% in there? Do I have the wait time set for only like a short amount of time? I might, because when we were originally messing around with it, I may have adjusted the wait time. I'll have to check. When I was trying to get it to, when I was originally trying to get it to work with a sell point, I might have adjusted the time on it. I don't know. Because it needs to sit there and wait indefinitely. So basically, I think I'm going to wait for that truck to come back up, and when that truck comes up this time, I'm going to go ahead and stop it. I think we'll be good there. And we'll see how that goes. But he's still on his way down to the dairy. With only 42% on him. He's there now. I could be out of slurry. To be honest with you, I might be out of slurry over there at the dairy. I may have run through all of it. I think I had 90,000 liters is what I had. And I could be out. So it might not even matter. If I'm out, I have to use the sell point down, or the purchase point down there. Which I've got a purchase point set up, just in case I run out. Oh, no, it's filling up. There, it started filling up just now. I think it was 90,000 that I had in there. I think the max you can put in there is either 90 or 100,000. So maybe not. That doesn't sound right. Maybe it was 900,000. 90,000 doesn't sound correct. Not when each load is like 330,000. So 90 can't be right. Had to have been more than that. He's bringing 30 back, and it's up here in the top part of the dog leg. So yeah, when it comes back, I'm going to stop it this time. And that should be enough to finish that field up and not have so much slurry left over that I can't move the field side container with the truck. I can move it with the tractor, with it full. I'd rather not, though. I'd rather have it emptied out. You know, I can leave some slurry in the sprayer, you know, fill the sprayer up, fill up the trailer, and then it should be able to go. I mean, I could always buy another trailer to be able to clear it out, but I'm trying not to, you know, like I said, I'm trying not to add a whole bunch of equipment right now. I'm trying to do it bare minimal. But you know, you buy another trailer and you fill it up too, and then you take it back and haul it off, and then you got 2 trailers full of slurry, and then, you know, then you got to rotate those trailers so one's empty always at the end of the thing, and it just, yeah, that becomes a balancing act. Keep an eye on where he's at. Alright, he's down at the intersection down there. Heading this way. I don't even think that other one's going to have to refill. Let's jump into it. There we go. Where are we at anyways? We're on 3 of 4. Which I don't think we're going to need another delivery. I don't even think we need this one. I'm going to hold it short and not let it deliver. And just see what happens, because that other one is so close to being done up there in the field, and it has 6,000 liters left in it. So at this point, it doesn't even make sense because there's still some probably in the container up here. And even if it just needs a little bit left to finish up the field. So we'll pull up just about, well, we can pull up right next to it because I don't, yeah, it's halfway full. Yeah, we don't need it anymore. Shut that off. That's done. So yeah, if it needs any more slurry, it'll get it out of the container and that'll be done. All right, that's going to do it for today, guys. Hope you enjoyed the video. I know I'm not chatty catty in it, you know, there gets some spots where I'm not talking all the time, but not a whole lot to talk about these days, you know, and it's just kind of do the thing. So I hope you guys enjoy. That's you know, another downfall to doing these big fields. It takes a long time to do it, and as I said, I'm not a guy who edits out blunders and edits out, you know, work. I do the work, and that way people see how much time it takes to do something, and they can gauge what it's like to play the game. And you know, if I make mistakes, the mistakes are there, and there's not a, all right, we're headed over to here and there, we're here. And you know, it just, you know, I watch those videos and I just kind of like, well, how did you get to this point or whatever? And that's just not me. So yeah, anyways, thanks for watching, guys. Again, if you haven't entered the giveaway for Farm Sim for the DLC, make sure you go watch yesterday's video, get the information on how to register to win. And you want to enter in that video because I'm taking all the entries from that video. I made the mistake before of it letting people enter over multiple videos, and yeah, that becomes a hassle and a headache to try to keep up with. So I'm doing the car mechanic videos off of one video, and I'm doing the farm sim entries off of another video. Speaking of which, if you want to go enter in the car mechanic simulator giveaway, which is basically just a game giveaway as well, it's a separate drawing. If you want to enter into that drawing, you can go to the first video we did this week for the 1957 Chevy Nomad, and that'll give you the information on how to enter into that one. All right. So anyways, thanks for watching, guys. As always, I appreciate your support. Appreciate your help spreading the word about the channel. So if you get a chance, make sure you hit that like button, share the video with your friends, make a comment down below, and if you haven't already, subscribe to the channel, as I try to do new videos for you each and every day. Until tomorrow or till the next time, see you later. Stay safe. God bless you. Bye-bye.